Hello everyone, and welcome back. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to be keeping a little of a running tally of how many Herba Mystica I actually use. So sweet, salt, sour, bitter, spice. So we got 20, 24, 17, 21, and 18. I want to kind of keep track of all the ones that I'm actually using, because when I use Herba Mystica, I want to know how many I'm consuming and how many I'm basically taking in per day. Yeah, authentic shiny SINISTEA when is the real question of today. So yeah, so we are going to be shiny hunting. You know, is there any Pokemon that's a false swipe user that gets Flame Body? And now that I'm thinking about it. This is going to be lettuce, onion, red onion, 2 servings of red onion, green bell, and a burger. I don't want to use my salties. I'll use bitter. Is there actually, that's actually a good thing to check up. Is there a Pokemon that gets Flame Body who also has access to False Swipe? Because I don't really think there is. I mean, if there is one, I don't think it's at least in this game. Because, like, False Swipe, I mean, a lot of things can learn False Swipe, but I don't think a lot of fire types can. I know that, like, Flash Fire, you have Cerulege, which learns it, but I don't think that, Flash Fire, I don't think affects Egg Hatching. It's just Magma Armor is the other ability. So I'm wondering if that is a thing that actually exists, but it wouldn't surprise me if there is no such thing that has Flame Body that is capable of learning False Swipe. But I mean, if it does exist, that'd be a good thing to know. I mean, actually, yeah, no, I don't think there is. I want to check that now. I'm checking that now because I'm curious. My interest has been piqued. I must discover and ascertain the validity of this statement. Actually, yeah, no, let's, so, false swipe, Bulbapedia. No, Cerebi lists with, Cerebi list abilities. Cerebi list abilities next to the Pokemon. There we go, Sparkle Power Ghost, Encounter Power Ghost, Title Power Ghost. So yes, we're hunting some Ghost types today. We are looking for shiny SINISTEA. I'm not particularly looking for, like, authentic shiny SINISTEA, because I'm not crazy, but I am looking for just, like, SINISTEA in general, because I'm fairly certain they do actually spawn during the day around here. I'm fairly certain they should at least be spawning in during the day. There we go, there they are. So yeah, so we are going to be looking for SINISTEA's shiny. I know that its shiny is like purple pinkish, so it should stick out at least a bit, because normally they're blue. And yes, I have done my maximum KO numbers. So we are at maximum KO combo chain. So let's get looking for our SINISTEA shiny. Yeah, we need 2 of them. Actually, I just realized we don't even need False Swipe, because, like, it's a Ghost type. So, like, unless it gets Curse, which, I mean, when we find the shiny, I'll check to see if it does get Curse. But I don't think the SINISTEA family gets Curse. I mean, they might, and I could just be completely wrong. But we will cross that bridge when we find our shiny. We will cross that bridge. Yeah, the only thing about the SINISTEA that I don't like is that it is tiny. But, like, that's also kind of the good thing. With how small it is, the pink will stand out. Wait. One of those look different, but I'm also pretty sure I just missaw that. But yeah, so we are just looking for our shiny SINISTEA. False swipe Cerebi. No, that's not shiny, right? Because, like, the... You know, it's not. Okay. Because, like, the recording screen, as in, like, my PC screen, and my, like, the game screen, they are two different colors. So, say, for example, like, look at the grass. Like, the grass right here. The grass on the game looks very yellow. The grass here looks very, very yellow on my screen, but on the recording screen, so like, you know, the screen on my computer, it's much more green. So, I don't know if it's like, is it just tricking me out? So let's look at false swipe users that, if they ever get flame body. I don't think any do. Charmander gets it, actually, of all things, but Charmander does not get flash fire. But yeah, it's one of those things where I'm looking forward to testing out and checking things. But I'm also trying to, like, optimize my stuff. But I'm also, like, barely... Hey, Soka, how you doing? Really? Magearna gets false swipe. I would not have expected that. Yeah, no, nothing gets both false swipe and flash fire as an ability. Unfortunate. I mean, it would have been great if that does exist for hatching eggs while Masuda hunting, but also not ideal to have your false swiper also capable of accidentally inflicting burn. But I mean, hey, it's like with using Breloom as a false swipe user. You have effect spore on it. You can't dodge all the bullets. Can't dodge all of them. Now you doing, Ahsoka? Hope you're doing well. Charmander. Charomander. Yeah, it's definitely going to be looking forward to that. So, I think if I'm going to be hunting for shiny SINISTEA that's authentic, I don't know, actually. Would I do it in Sword and Shield, though? Because, like, that's the thing. In Sword and Shield, the encounters are far, far slower, and you don't have the sparkle power. So I guess it's one of those things of, do you trust your eyes enough to try to spot a shiny SINISTEA in this game? Or do you want, like, the safer measure of not missing a shiny despite the slower encounters in Sword and Shield? It's an interesting conundrum. No, not boxes. Actually, yeah, I do need to go to boxes anyway. But yeah, that's also the reason, like, I saved before doing this, is that way, no matter what, I'll do that. Because the good thing is that I'll just be able to know, okay, we're up to this eggs, and this isn't shiny yet. So I can just go back, and, okay, just go up to this egg, and just start hatching from there. So that's, like, the play of this, because your eggs don't change in this game. Well, I mean, in none of the games the eggs change. The eggs are determined on pickup. Sure, so I can save a female Charmander for you. I can save you a female Charmander. Egg. Alright, let's... But yeah, honestly, like, the SINISTEA, I think, is probably going to be one of the hardest hunts we do in this game. Just because of the spotting. Hey, Vexicate, how you doing? Yeah, I think that the real fight with this is going to be simply spotting the SINISTEA. Because even, they're freaking tiny. They are absolutely tiny, even when you're up close zoomed in. So my worry is I'm just going to miss one. But, I mean, that's the gamble you run. That is the gamble. But I'm working on trying to get one. Yeah, it is pink. Yeah, I actually mentioning that a little bit before you popped in, Ahsoka, is that The good thing about SINISTEA's shiny is it is distinctly different. It's pink. Well, it's like pinkish purple depending on the lighting. And that will stick out very heavily. So if you see the thing, like, okay, you see blue, you can tell, alright, that's not the shiny. But the hard part is, with how small SINISTEA is, you might miss it and, like, think it was one of the flowers. So, like, that's the real enemy. The real enemy is the teacup is small. Small teacup. But the good thing is, I mean, I don't think we even need to actually do the picnic reset method, because there's so large of an area we have to cover that SINISTEA appears in, we can just keep walking back and forth, and that'll despawn all the other ones. But then again, we're just going to see a bunch of the ones we have done before. They chose Star Wars, the Clone Wars, didn't know like Pokemon. Exactly. Everyone loves Pokemon. Not going for any particular one, I'm just going for a SINISTEA and Poltergeist. Maybe if we get to, you know what? If we get to 2,000 subs by the end of February. So if we get to 2K subs by the end of February, I will do an authentic, shiny SINISTEA hunt. I will make that deal with you guys. So, let me put that in here. Capture, program, capture, application, scene, text, widget, there it is. Subgoal. Subgoal, goal. Goal amount will be 2,000. Starting is 1,670, and after it's 02/28/2023. Title K for authentic shiny SINISTEA hunt. Because I'm thinking that, like, we're gonna do something like this, where if this works out, then we're probably gonna do like something a bit similar, where I don't know, we do like one for 3-segment Dunsparce. Because I'm thinking like, okay, we're gonna do that because I was thinking originally, well, we could do that as like a sub goal thing for Dusk Lycanroc. But then when I realized the way that you actually can, the only real way to shiny hunt Dusk Lycanroc isn't actually too problematic. What if shiny SINISTEA finds it? I mean, then I have no idea. I have no idea what we'll do then if we get the shiny SINISTEA that is authentic from the get-go. Nice, nice Sage. But yeah, I mean, we need to get 2 SINISTEA anyway. We need to get 2 of them regardless, because we need one for our Poltergeist shiny, and we need one for our SINISTEA shiny in the shiny living decks. So there is a chance that we get like an authentic one. Well, 3-segment Dunsparce is still a 1 in 100. It's still a 1 in 100 odds. If you're going by the Dunsparce evolution method, there are like Dunsparce overworld spawns. Well, not overworld, but like there are. Dunsparce can spawn in the overworld, and the personality value coefficient that codes for that value is different when it's in the overworld. I remember seeing it was 1 in 100. I remember seeing it was 1 in 100. Strange. But yeah, if we hit if we hit 2,000 by the end of February, then we're doing an authentic shiny SINISTEA hunt, and that's gonna suck for me. Because remember, you can't get authentic SINISTEA via Masuda method. The only way to get authentic shiny SINISTEA is to do this. you need to go for overworld encounters. Yeah, I remember seeing, like, I trust Bulbapedia. Bulbapedia listed it as 1 in 100, and Bulbapedia generally is... Bulbapedia is, like, almost always correct when it comes to things, because it takes them a bit longer to get, like, their information updated, but that's because they go and, like, they verify the sources. So, like, if Bulbapedia says it's 1 in 100, I will trust Bulbapedia. I don't trust Cerebi as much, because, like, with Cerebi, it's like one person running the whole site, which is impressive. But it also makes error proneness a bit of a thing that can happen. Because you've only got one person who's, like, going around and doing everything. Well, I mean, I'm gonna be resetting anyway, so I might as well not even release them. I'll just be resetting if I don't get a shiny, so I might as well not even release them, because I'm just wasting time then. Because I have to release them anyway later. I can just do that when I'm doing, like, nothing else. But yeah. But also remember, just because, like, someone has been checking 100 of them doesn't mean that it is 1 in 100 odds. It just means on average it's going to be about 100. You know? So saith the shiny Ho-Oh that we are massively over odds on. You know, 5 times odds on shiny Ho-Oh and Dynamax Adventures. But if I actually manage to get myself an authentic shiny SINISTEA in the course of this hunt, I will freaking lose my mind. Or at least what little remains of my mind. Because I'm pretty sure when you catch it and it goes into, like, the dex thing, it will say, like, whether or not it actually is, like, shiny or not. Like, whether it's authentic or not. So, like, there is that, which is helping me. Yeah. He's getting leftover stuff. Georgie, outside smoking. Really? I mean, I trust Bulbapedia, so I guess Bulbapedia might have been wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of Mousehold? Not sure. I just remember something about, like, it was not that common. Because I know that some people are, like, very, very close to the hundreds on it. When it comes to, like, the 3-segment Dunsparce hunts. But I'll have to go check that. Yeah, I'll need to go check the numbers on that. But yeah, this... So, what exactly are the odds for, like, authentic Polty, guys? Because I remember someone said, like, 1 in, like, 500 or something. But I'm kind of curious what the odds actually are. 15 minutes left. Okay. So, we're halfway done with our first sandwich. But yeah, since I'm just going to be resetting, it's not really worth it to, like, just release all the Charmander. Because if I reset the thing anyway, okay, well then I have to just go release them anyway later in the day, after I hatch them. So I'm going to have to rehatch the eggs, and then release them, because you can't release eggs. Oh, got Shiny Ponyta, the Shiny only playthrough, Chain of Next member is going to be Gyarados, chaining nice. Nice, Sage, nice. Genuinely playthrough with Let's Go, nice, very nice. So, what is your team so far? So you have the Ponyta. What is your... What's the team so far, other than, like, the Ponyta? Gyarados is a great pickup. Gyarados is an all-around fantastic Pokemon when it comes to Let's Go. Great moves, great typing. You just gotta put it next to something that's like a ground type, and you basically just win. You put it on a team with a ground type, and it's basically just easy mode. The only thing that's bad about Gyarados in Let's Go is that, I mean, well, this is just, I mean, a thing about Gyarados just in general, is as a flying type, it just gets, like, no flying moves. Fortunately, I have Vesta, and 3 more than I need, and but 1 less than I want. Why did you want 5 shiny Larvesta? Why did you want 5 shiny Larvesta? For a second, I saw that Scoville, and I thought that was a shiny SINISTEA. Sad boys moment. Sad boys moment. Nidoking, Rhydon, Psyduck, Golbat, and Ponyta. Nice! So are you doing a badge quest, or are you just doing a regular shiny only playthrough? But also, again, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. Let's see, sub-goal. Let me change the visual settings. Background color, bar color, text color. This is black. There we go. Yeah, that way you guys can, like, read the text a little more that's on the thing. But yeah, if we get to 2K before the end of February, we are going to be doing that, the badge quest for gym. Yes! Badge quest is you get a shiny before every single gym. So yes, you are doing a badge quest. I'm impressed, but, like, people who can do things like the badge quest, it's like, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. But I respect it. I was thinking about doing, like, a shiny only play. Wait. Oh my god, is that... We already got the SINISTEA! Already got a SINISTEA shiny. Let's go. Let's freaking go. Alright, I actually forgot. I need to check this thing moves. SINISTEA. I forgot to go check this thing's moves. Catch. There we go. Alright. Moves. Oh, shoot. These things get memento. These things learn memento. But we got it caught. We caught it. We caught the first one. We caught the first one. We need 2. We need another one. Well, we need 1 more. But yeah, that was pretty fast. But remember, we still need the second one. We still need the second one. Phony. Fake. It's a fake. But, again, we are going to be shiny hunting, like, a legit one if we get to 2K before the end of February. So, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And, yeah, if you guys want to see us hunt that, help us get to 2K before February. But yes, what I'm going to be doing is, wrong button. So what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be hatching the eggs while, just the sandwich is going. Yeah, sadly, it is not an authentic one. But hopefully we'll get more. Hopefully we'll find another one, and hopefully that one will be authentic. Like, if we get the authentic one before the 2K thing, then I'm going to need to think of another special to go do for that. Like, I'll need to think of another special. But I am glad that I was able to spot the shiny SINISTEA that quickly. Because, again, my worry was purely down to the freaking smallness of the model. But if I could see something like that, like, if I can discern it, like, that much, that should be okay. I'm at a long time. I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well. I got a call back from one of the job places I was applying to. Going to be scheduling an interview with that, so that's good. Working on our shiny SINISTEA hunt. And if we get to 2K subs before the end of February, we are going to be doing an authentic shiny SINISTEA hunt. Which is going to be fun. for you and not fun for me, but we're going to be doing it. That is a sub-goal incentive. Because I know it's been a while since we've done, like, the sub-goal things, but I think that we're at a point we can kind of, like, bring them back. I think we're at a point we can bring the sub-goal things back. Now let's look for the sharp eyes for the freaking authentic SINISTEA. Hopefully we don't get one. But that's kind of a good thing, is if we do get the authentic SINISTEA, then I'm going to need to think of a new, like, sub-goal milestone thing for that. But if we don't get it, then the sub-goal milestone is still on. But yeah. Some good luck with it. I believe the seriously, the odds of getting the SINISTEA authentic form is like 100. Okay. Let me just check. SINISTEA. But yeah, these things do get memento. Okay, authentic form. Authentic SINISTEA odds. The encounter rate, authentic SINISTEA. He's finding SINISTEA. Okay. Back in Sword and Shield, it was like 1% chance of it being authentic, because it was an 11% encounter rate in Glimwood Tangle, but I don't know if they changed that. Any authentic SINISTEA? Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about 10% chance. Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of different things that go over, like, these are the odds of what authentic shiny SINISTEA is. So, I'm not really sure what it actually is, because I know Bulbapedia didn't have a thing on it. But we're going to be hunting for it anyway. But yeah. Hello, TKK. How you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in, people. Hope you're doing well. Charmander. Charomandaro. I like it. Yeah, Charmander is honestly the starter I have had the most turbulent relationship with when it comes to Pokemon. Yeah, it's been a journey when it comes to my changing feelings on Charmander as time's gone on. A majority of people are saying it's like 1 in 200 at most, 1 in 5. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the thing about something like this, is I don't think people actually know what the odds are for it, because I'm not even sure what determines the actual authenticity of it, because it's a lot like with the King Gambit thing. There's probably not that many people doing it, and the people that are doing it might have, like, it could just be bad luck or something. Shiny hunting with my friend right now. Nice. What are you shiny hunting? Because, like, the thing about the King Gambit is so many people and so many sources are still saying you need to have your King Gambit, or, well, your Bisharp you want to evolve into the King Gambit. It needs to be holding the leader's crest, and then knock out 3 others also holding the leader's crest. That is not true. You do not need to have your Bisharp hold the leader's crest. But, because so many people think it is that, they give their Bisharp the leader's crest, and then they evolve it afterwards, because then they fight the 3 ones. So, it's it's basically confirmation bias, essentially. They're only ever having it happen because the only people that are really going out and doing it and, like, reporting on it are the people that are also doing this other secondary thing. So it basically completely mixes up the results. Which is why I'm somewhat wondering about the actual, like, authentic, the real authentic odds and the real phony odds. Because I think it could just be that there's not that many people who are shiny hunting it, and people who are, like, going to go dive into the code to figure out what makes the thing authentic. And what makes it, like, forged. So we're just kind of going to get, like, mixed up numbers. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things that just is a bit of a byproduct of the weirdness of these games. There's going to be people who are going to be like shiny hunting SINISTEA, and they're going to get like an authentic shiny SINISTEA first encounter, because that's just how probability in Pokemon works. There's that many people playing Pokemon. But there's also going to be people who just, they don't see it forever, because again, that's how odds work and how probability works. Oh. Houndstone and Grievard can appear here. I mean, I still do need a second shiny golden McGoodboy, so that isn't too bad. Isn't terrible. I realized how to get King Gambit. Just caught it right. Yeah, King Gambit is probably the most annoying evolution of anything in the series. I will say, King Gambit has the most annoying evolution of any Pokemon in the series. I will not yield on that stance, because I just think it's annoying. Wait, no, so this is 100. So it was 90, 95, 100, 105, 110. Okay. So I'm just going to release them afterwards. Check to see if I have any female ones to send the female one over to Ahsoka, because she said she needed one. But that's not terrible bad. Because we already did get one. We already got our first authentic shiny, which I'm happy for. Well, not the first authentic. We got our first SINISTEA in general. But I'm hoping we get an authentic one, but also kind of not. Because I think I mentioned I was going to go do a Dusk Lycanroc shiny hunt for a special. But the thing is, with the way that you have to shiny hunt for Dusk Lycanroc, it wouldn't really be a milestone thing. Well, Galarian Yamask isn't in the game. Galarian Yamask is not... Oh, you mean for annoying evolution method? Like, that's cryptic, but it's not, like, annoying. You know, you gotta go have it take such and such damage and then walk under a stupid arch. It's cryptic and obscure as crap, but it isn't really that annoying. You know, it's a fairly easy thing to do, just have it take that much damage. With King Gambit, it is you need to specifically find a group of a Bisharp leading a group of Pawniard, have it knock those out 3 times, and then level it up. At least with the Galarian Yamask one, it's just have it take damage 1 time, survive it, and then just walk under an archway. You know, it's obscure and obtuse, but it's not, like, actively annoying. Which is why I kind of like to say Galarian Yamask. Or you could have Terra Raid and have King Gambit from that. Yeah. Well, the thing is, King Gambit Terra Raids are just ridiculously hard. Because you gotta remember, King Gambit's stats are kind of insane. It's very, very bulky. Without that quad weakness to fighting, it definitely does not want to go down. And the other thing is that it can have either Pressure or Defiant. So if you drop the thing's stats, well, then you're triggering Defiant. And then it has Pressure, which means, well, now you're not able to use your good moves as often. I would honestly say the way people probably figured out how to evolve Galarian Yamask is people probably like looked at the coding of the game and saw like, okay, this is what the coding trigger is. Likely that's the way in which they figured it out. Because that actually reminds me of the way in which people figured out how to do the Easter egg step of Revelations in Call of Duty Zombies. There was one Easter egg step, it was the first one, where no one could figure out what to do for it. And so they looked in the code of what changed. And what changed was, on this giant floating island made up of little tiny rock fragments, a little tiny rock fragment appears, and you gotta go grab it. So people were scouring the entire world in theater mode to look for what changed. What would you say is that? Because I have a feeling Finizen's gonna be on there. Yeah, it was really stupid. The reason why is they wanted the Easter egg hunt for the steps on that one to take as long as possible, like the devs did, but they ended up making it super obtuse. And also, at worst, they removed some of the steps from being able to be done for a few days. And yeah, people were not happy about that. People were not happy about the way they did that. Hey, Toxic, how you doing? How you doing, Toxic? Ah, okay, so it is Gudra then, evolving in the rain. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. But I've noticed, like, if I just, like, make a picnic and just, like, have it sitting there while I'm just collecting eggs, I've noticed it rains so often. Yeah, I've noticed when I just, like, make a picnic and just, like, I'm collecting eggs, it will rain very frequently. So I've just kind of got it that way. But yeah, there's definitely more than a few infuriating evolution methods these games have been doing. Okay, well that is the first of our sandwiches done. So let's release the Charmander. And let's get working on our next sandwich. Hello, Mudkip. Oh, this was a female one. This one go save for you, Ahsoka. Because said you wanted the female one. Yeah, Home's gonna come out in about a month and a half. A little over a month and a half with this game. So you can't do mass release until then. But then. We don't need a female. You don't need a female to breed them. You just need the male and a ditto, and then you'll get eggs of the Charmander. But, because you don't even need to actually egg moves anymore, because now you can just do the mirror herb trick. But yeah, I understand. Yeah, I will get you a female one. But also, if you guys haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Also, if you guys want to know what the best options to use against the upcoming level 7-star Greninja raids, do !Gren. That will bring you the link to the video Acer and Al and I put together about all the best options to beat it, and why you'll be able to easily one-shot it with that strategy. Delete. Delete. And delete. We have also, when we get the second one, we're gonna be doing some raids as well. So if you guys got any raids you guys want to do, we're gonna do them. Remember, and just so I happen a cup of water. Mudkip, you are not going to pour water on a Charmander. You are not going to pour water on the Charmander. Alright? You're not going to pour water on this little Charmander. Tomato, onion, red onion. Oh, nothing. Red onion. Burger. And I'll go bitter Herba Mystica. There we go. Water is exactly. Water is for drinking. Also for apparently making cast form, because apparently cast form is just made of water molecules. That goes there. Green peppers. Red onion. Not a big fan of onions, but, I mean, they're good for sandwiches. I would never eat almost any of the sandwiches that I've made in this game. Maybe, aside from, like, a sandwich that's just, like, peanut butter and butter, I probably would never eat any of these. Or if it's just, like, a burger and, like, just some ketchup. Rock sandwich. No local love for you. Depending on the Herba Mystica, I'm gonna rock sandwich. Interesting. Interesting. Yo, rock, I'm pretty sure, like, you need bacon. You need, like, bacon for that. Fairly certain anyway. But we are working on our eggs as well, in addition to things. So guys, again, don't forget. Yeah, I don't think the Urban Mystica is important for rock types. There's a few types where I know the Urban Mystica flavors are important, but I don't think rock is one of them. Jalapeno for it. Really? Yeah, rock is bacon, yeah. I vaguely remember rock being bacon for some reason, but like, I remember it's like hamburger is steel, like prosciutto or something is ground, and like these are all things that I love. But also, guys, if you haven't done so, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. Seeing those 16 of you wonderful viewers out there, thank you all for tuning in today. If we get to 2K subs by the end of February, we're doing an authentic SINISTEA shiny hunt. So that's going to be fun. For you, not me. Yeah, rock is correct. Rock. Spark Power Ghost? Yeah, Spark Power and Counter Power Ghost. Weird. Who use jalapeno? Really? I did not know jalapeno was like even a thing in the game. Interesting. Most curious. I think Ingaze method is supposed to be. Yeah, Ingaze is just weird. It just turned the freaking DS upside down. I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually remove that. Because this is kind of the unfortunate thing about some of these evolution methods. That when the time comes, they really can't remove them. It's actually for the reason that they had to change how you evolve Sylveon in Sword and Shield, because they removed Pokémon. New Pokémon Poké Refresh. So they just made it a regular happiness evolution. And it has a different happiness value needed to evolve than the others. Because like there's two, they had to change the way Sylveon evolved. Because the same reason they changed the way the Magneton family and like those electromagnetic location Pokemon, they changed the way they evolved to just make it a standard Thunderstone. Which is why I'm not going to be surprised if in like a generation or two we get some other new way that's different to evolve Palafin. Because I have a feeling that they're going to just remove Union Circles. And it's just going to be funny that, yeah, you add this whole thing in and we just stop doing it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do, but we also don't know until it happens. But I definitely can see them getting rid of things like Palafin's evolution as it is and like changing it. They changed how Crabrawler evolves, which makes no sense as every region has no areas. Wait, what did they change Crabrawler's evolution to? Is it just like level up at a standard level? I feel like Union Circle's here to stay, but like I wouldn't be surprised if they change the Union Circle, like they rename it something in the next game, and it's like the exact same thing, just different in terms of just name only, because like they have Poke Refresh and Poke Amine, but the exact same thing. Oh, it's an Ice Stone now? Really? Oh, interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's not surprised that they are changing some of these evolutions. I think that the reason they probably would have changed it to the Icy Stone is, like, to not location restrict you anymore. Because with making an open world game, you don't want to restrict certain things to you have to go here. Yes, I have a feeling we're going to get Alchemy and Milcery in the DLC. Just because you do the spin. Well, that's exactly what I mean. It's like things like the Alchemy spin. They're going to need to have dynamic overworld weather in every game going forward because of Goodra. They're going to need to have, things, like the spin in every game going forward, unless they change these evolution methods. I kind of would rather they change. I would rather they just change the evolution and stop giving us these, like, obscure, obtuse evolution methods. I get why they want to do it. I get why they want to do it, because it wants to, like, have different ways of doing things. But it does get a bit obnoxious. Like, I don't mind Surfetch. Like, Surfetch's evolution method, you gotta get 3 crits in a single match with Galarian Farfetch. I am 100% okay with that, because I like that method. Because it utilizes the held item that the Farfetch family has always had, the Leak, which boosts crit chances. And when you use that alongside, like, Focus Energy and high crit moves, or maybe even, like, just alongside high crit moves, I think it is you are getting a critical hit, like, 50% of the time, and if you use something like Focus Energy, you will be always landing critical hits. So, like, that's pretty clever. I like that. But some of the other ones are a bit obtuse. Like, I could see them keeping in something, but I can see them, like, removing a number of the others. Gummoon tastes like wet water. I'm pretty sure water is by default wet. I'm pretty sure water as a default setting is wet. But yeah, we are just back to looking for our SINISTEA. Not seeing another shiny yet. Swear if I freaking phase on Banette, I'm gonna lose it. Water is moist. Yeah, one of my old teachers would always say that, because every year there would always be some student who just didn't like the word moist for some reason, and he'd always say it. Like, just to screw with them, and I love it. These are fun. Give me taste like a snail. Give me taste like a snail. Caesar and nose are interesting. So, hey Caleb, how you doing? Don't forget, guys, to leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. Bro's girlfriend hates the word moist. Yeah, that's exactly what he would do. He would do that for the exact same reason. Like, people just did not like the word, so we'd say it just to kind of annoy them. Like, that's one of the reasons. Like, I have fond memories of a couple of my teachers from high school because they were just such caricatures. Like, they were the kinds of teachers that you would imagine seeing, like, in a TV show. That they just do not come off like actual people, but they were delightful. But yeah, if we get to 2K subs by the end of February, we're going to be doing a dedicated Shiny Authentic SINISTEA hunt. Provided we don't get a Shiny Authentic SINISTEA here, but if we do get the Shiny Authentic SINISTEA here, I will think of some other thing. Because it's words that, like, screw with people, basically, is what it is. Like, words that people don't like. Because the other word that we always do is nestled. That was the other one that people didn't like, because he was a math teacher. And there was always, like, the nestled angle. It was, like, the angle between two sides of a thing. And there was always one person who would always just visibly shudder when he said the word nestled. I had a few... I had a few teachers that were very entertaining, but I also had a few teachers that were absolutely nightmares. As like there was one teacher we had who would dock your grades if they just simply didn't like you. So, cue me being the biggest suck up in the world to just earn brownie points with them and just basically just go on easy mode for that class in high school. But, like, I hated that. I was like, yeah, no, I despise this. Like, it was, it got to such an extent, like, I was their favorite student in the entire class, despite that I would, like, actively, like, shit talk them off, like, outside of the classroom, because, like, they were just a terrible human being. They were a list of things I'm not going to repeat because it's a family audience. Yeah, it is, but here's the thing, they're on tenure, so it doesn't matter. They can do whatever the heck they want. Because here's the thing, Mudkip. It was an English class. The thing about English class is, you can be factually correct, but they can still dock your grade on things like, oh, they didn't explain well enough, they didn't, like, follow the point of the paper, whatever it is. They can dock your grades on little technicalities that you can't argue. But if it was like a math class, and you put down, like, yeah, this is the exact equation, and you, like, solve the equation correctly, they cannot dock your grade when you can mathematically prove this is what it comes out to and that they are intentionally docking your grades. But for something like English, or like, social studies, they can do that and have that wiggle room of, well, it's subjective. Which is one of the reasons why, like, I have a massive chip on my shoulder about English teachers, is because of that. Yeah, I'd say if you had good teachers, I would say, yeah, that you definitely had, like, you had definitely a badge of honor, because, like, there are some teachers that are really awesome. Like, one of my one of my history teachers, he's a cop. Well, he is a cop. He did the teaching and he was also a cop. And I had missed the previous, like, day of class because I was on a trip with another class. So, and I was, like, sleeping in the middle of class because we came back, because it was like a trip over the weekend, and I was sleeping in the middle of class. I was not there for the previous class. He asked, like, what was the president during these years? My head shot up, I said the right answer, said, good job, Maxis, go back to sleep. I mean, we would always say that, yeah, the only reason he let me sleep is because I had a motor mouth. And when I was asleep, it was the only time I ever shut up. Which, yeah, you're not wrong. But also, he was the kind of teacher where, like, if you were on your phone in the middle of class, he would just take your phone and just put it on, like, the window outside. Or he'd put it in the fridge. It's like, he was great. He was so entertaining to watch. Because the thing is, he had a thing he would do to people if they were sleeping in the middle of class. Like, because he would, like, take out his flashlight and, like, just bang it on their desk if they were sleeping. You know, he'd just, like, they take those, like, big flashlights, because he always has it on him, and just bang it on your desk. Like, he was great. Like, you do not mess with him. Like, he took no nonsense. He took absolutely zero nonsense from anyone. Plus, like, he also had, like, a giant, like, mural of Marvel characters on the side of his wall in the room, which is great. Because it was like, if you did your job in class, you did your homework on time, you paid attention, and you weren't disruptive, he was your best friend. He was a great guy. But if you acted out, if you, like, interrupted the class, if you were just doing all kinds of shenanigans, he would not tolerate that. It was great. It was fun watching people get, like, called out for that crap. Remember watching? Yeah, most people don't honestly remember most of them, because I remember he said in, like, one class, it's, you remember George Washington, and then, like, no one remembers anything about the presidents up until Lincoln, and that's it. But yeah, like, I had some great teachers. Some of them would call people out on their crap when they pulled it. But again, if you got along well with them, and, like, you did your work, you didn't interrupt, they were your best friends. Shenanigans is a fun word. Shenanigans, it is, like, probably my fourth favorite word. Only, like, vitriolic beats it, cauterize beats it, and defenestration also beats it. And that's because defenestration is a fun word. It means to throw someone out of a window. Like, When there is a word that just means to throw someone out of a window, it's fun to say. It's fun. No, people don't. Most people don't. Yeah, like, again, people in school, they just don't know things, and that's one of the reasons why it was funny when people knew stuff, because you legitimately could surprise teachers that way. But let's get back off the topic of school and talk about, like, Pokemon and stuff. So, what has everyone been doing in their respective Pokemon games? Anyone been any shiny hunting? Been doing any competitive stuff and things? One step to becoming a step one. Exactly, Mudkip. Exactly. So, like tangentially related Pokemon thing. I am in a draft league. And in the draft league, there's two people who most of us kind of are not big fans of, because one of them, like, he's a bit dense. He's very dense, in that we're all telling him, like, the reason why you won is because you just have a rain team. And it's a draft league, so you have a dedicated rain team. And imagine having a rain team that doesn't beat 99% of, like, the metagame. Because he's got Kingdra, he's got Kingdra, he's got Blastoise, he's got Pelipper, he's got Kartana. And it's like, you win because you have a cohesive rain team. And he's going up against the guy who has been, and he's like 6-0'd. He has 6-0'd the entire tournament so far, so it means he's in the playoffs. And he's going up against the guy who is BMing. So there was a guy who was just bad-mannering throughout the entire tournament, and all of us were hoping he was going to get matched up against the guy who's 6-0'd, because, again, he's BMing, and we just want to see him get slapped around. So it's going to be fun. But it's like, we don't want either of them to win, because we just don't like them, because they're both kind of obnoxious. But it's also, we at least, between a guy who's being an intentional dickhead, and a guy who's just being a dense idiot, we're rooting for the dense idiot. Because he's just dense. Shiny hunting for Marini, ended up finding a shiny Marill. Nice! If you're shiny hunting for Marini, I recommend that you use poison sandwiches, because the area by Porta Marinda, or whatever it's called, they appear there, and I believe they're the only poison type that spawns in that general vicinity. So if you use a poison sandwich, you're only going to get Marini spawns. That was actually how I got my Marini. Oh yeah, actually, wait, you guys don't know about that. Actually, well, you guys do know about the Toxapex. But yeah, off stream, I was shiny hunting a Marini for a battle I'm doing with a friend. I did it with a friend of mine, which was basically shiny hunt for 24 hours, and then we fight with the shinies we got. And I wanted a shiny Toxapex because I was worried about him getting a shiny Azumarill. And I just went to there outside Porta Marinda, made like a poison sandwich, and got a Marini. Yeah. So the dumb one, yes, the dumb one was the lesser of two evils. We want the dumb one to win because he's the lesser of two evils. Because, like, he's just dense. It's just him, because, like, we tried explaining to him because after the match with me, because in the draft league, I am one of, like, 3 people who does, like, very, very actively play doubles competitive. And a lot of people were thinking, like, this really was a case of he, as in reference to me, played all of his outs. Your team just beat it that well. Because my team was like a Tyranitar, and like a couple of other things. That, yes, I could bring Tyranitar, but the problem with Tyranitar, to remove your rain, is your entire team beats Tyranitar. You've got, like, so many water types. You have freaking Kartana, and you have, like, 2 fighting types. Even if I bring Tyranitar, your team still beats it. So it's kind of like, I couldn't have even brought it. The rain was a non-factor. As in, like, me being able to remove it was a non-factor. Because if I did, you still beat Tyranitar anyway. And at that point, the sack play T-Tar, and you can still bring out your freaking Pelipper. I couldn't think of the name for a second. That bird gives me nightmares. Pelipper legitimately haunts my nightmares. How many Pokemon games have schools? I think most of the games have a Pokemon school. Never Forget was the dumbest JoJo character. Also, yeah, the hand was super freaking broken and OP. He's just dense. Like, he's just dense. I don't mind, like, I mean, I'm dense myself, so, like, I don't mind if a character is just dense and they're an idiot, because, like, that's how I am. How about next time you bring him on, that can handle the... Well, I mean, it would just... The thing is, I was not here for the draft picking. I took over the draft league from someone who quit from the draft league. So I was like, okay, I'll look at what he's got on his team. I'll make some changes. But the problem is, by the time I got in, all the good stuff was taken. Because I've been in some of these drafts, with some of the people in here, and I said, had I been here when we were drafting, I would have picked, my first pick would have been Gastrodon, and you would have lost. And he agreed, like, yeah, if I had gotten Gastrodon, he would have lost. Because whenever I do a draft league, my first pick... Thank you very much for doing that, Mike Lovelace. Thank you very much for doing that. Because whenever I do a draft league, my first pick is always Gastrodon. It is so good, specifically because it shuts down water types. Because this was a Generation 8 draft league, so Scald was still a move that existed. So I still had to worry about Scald burns. And, Gastrodon completely obsoletes Scald users. I love it. It was smart. Josuke would have died in part 4. Exactly. They had to nerf his intelligence because it would just have ended too soon. It's like, it sure would have been helpful if we had someone whose power was psychically imaging where someone they want to look for is. And it would have also been really helpful in this David Bowie murder mystery if someone has a power that just removes space. Just go, whoop, and they're gone. You just wave the hand through the guy's head and he's gone. Physical attack with a grass move. The water type chance, no chance. Scald. Yep. Well, the thing is, he has Kartana. Like, he had Kartana. But the thing is, that's the great thing about Gastrodon. Even though they will be bringing grass types to destroy Kartana, to destroy the Gastrodon, they need to bring that Kartana. So, you can just not bring the Gastrodon. The Gastrodon, being in Team Preview, is a threat. It is a simple intrinsic threat to a Rain team, and its presence must be accounted for by bringing the Kartana every single game. Otherwise, you instantly lose. Because the other thing is he had Blastoise. So, if you wanted to use G-Max Cannonade, he had to go and use a water move, which means I can just bring in Gastrodon. You cannot use Cannonade on me. You cannot apply the one move that is basically an insta-win. Because, yeah, for those who don't know, the G-Max moves Max Volcalith, Cannonade, Wildfire, and Vine Lash. Every single turn, they would take 1/6 of your max HP from your Pokemon. You would lose 1/6 of your health every turn because of those moves. Which is why he had Blastoise, and that Blastoise scared me. You're not shiny, are you? I don't think you're shiny, because, like, you're green when you're shiny. You know, your shiny is green. Yeah, you're not shiny. But yeah, it was like a Glock. Yeah, because, like, the thing is, I had no answers for rain teams. I mean, I had Dracovish. Which beats 99% of the game. The problem is, the 1% of the game it doesn't beat is Kingdra. The 1% of the game that Dracovish doesn't beat just so happened to be Kingdra. So I just got body. But, I mean, I put up a decent fight. Like, I at the very least managed to take down 2 of his Pokemon. But yeah, I pretty much knew going into that fight I was not going to win. I knew I'm going to go up against a heavy rain team. If he brings Blastoise, I automatically lose. No, it can't. The reason is that in doubles, Outrage is randomly selected between the 2 targets. So basically, you can have, you know, Kingdra and, you know, like Pelipper on the other side of the field. But I cannot choose what target that Outrage hits. It is a 50-50 chance. The other thing is, okay, then I could go Dragon Rush. But Dragon Rush is a 75% chance to hit. And when it comes on like Kingdra, I can't rely on that. And I had nothing to beat Kingdra. Because I didn't have Freeze Dry. Yeah, I don't think I had no Fairy types. And I had no Freeze Dry. Which that's the reason why the Gastrodon would have destroyed his entire lineup. Because that means his Kingdra just loses so much pressure. And his, like, Blastoise is completely a potato. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why, like, anytime that I ever do a draft league, my first pick, it's always Gastrodon. Because the ability to completely nullify water moves is that strong. Because in general, water is one of the best typings for battling. I mean, this was in Gen 6, Gen 8 earlier. Water was like default one of the best because of Scald. Like, simply Scald is broken. But with the removal of Scald, they're not as powerful, but like, they're still freaking insane. And that's why, like, I always go straight for Gastrodon. Because the ability to just hit an obsolete button on water types is fantastic. Though you do need to watch out for, like, watch for Lapras. Because Lapras gets Freeze Dry. And Freeze Dry is a 4x weakness, slapping Gastrodon. Not exactly good for the hero known as Gary. You're not shiny, are you? I can't even tell if that's shiny or not. No, it's not. Heaven's Door is another OP stand. Which one was Heaven's Door? Which one was Heaven's Door? Yeah, funny thing. In one of my draft leagues, that was actually the strategy. It was, I had a skill swap. I had, like, the Lake Trio from Sinnoh, and they get skill swap. I had Heatran, and I had Gastrodon. So I had a full lineup of, like, Psychic types next to Heatran. And then I had Gastrodon. So, you pretty much can't hit that thing. Oh, Rohan, right. I periodically forget about Rohan. I periodically forget him. Just because, like, he kind of did, like, my one issue with Part 4, as much as I love, like, a number of things about Part 4, there's our other authentic SINISTEA! There's authenticity! And this doesn't have Memento! Let's go! It has no way of taking itself down. Let's see if this one's an authentic one. go. Alright, well. Oh, there is a Gallade over here. Neat. Wait. Wait, did the sandwich just run out? I think the sandwich just ran out as we found this. So this is yet another last-second shiny on a sandwich. Let's freaking go. It's not important. Context is not important. It's better if you don't know the context. Nope, it's phony. Dang. Well, all it means is, if we get to 2K subs before the end of February... Oh, we still have some time on the sandwich. All it means is, if we get to 2K before the end of February, we are now still on for the authentic shiny SINISTEA hunt. So, if we don't get a shiny authentic in the next, like, minute and a half, then we are on for the authentic hunt at 2K. Nice. I wasn't expecting us to actually get the authentic one today, because just, that's odd. Like, just the absurdity that goes into that is just insane. But it could have happened. It could have happened. Only on the hub. Was up a Wolfie? Wolf Glag, you let a heat run strategy, runner up for Yeah, like, Levitate Heat Rant is such a good strat. Because it's just, the thing is, I didn't even know he used that. And I mean, I independently came up with the same strategy because, like, it's not that hard of a strategy to come up with. But it's like, yes, I'm glad that I was able to independently come up with a strategy that could, like, do something that an actual, like, champion did. Which is, it's heartwarming to know, because, like, yes, I have the brain power to come up with these strategies. Because the dream is to one day get to Worlds, like, win a Regionals, win Continentals, get to Worlds, and one day kick Wolf's ass. That is the goal. That is the dream. Will it likely happen for a long time? Hell no. But that's why it's a dream. Alright. The biggest nerds are competitive Pokemon Go. No. That's just math. Like, Pokemon Go, it's literally just math. Because if you know the energy charge rate of things, you can just... The thing about Go, there's so much less that goes into what it takes to make a team in there, because it's a clicker button. It's clicker buttons. It's just, okay, use this move. This move charges this much energy. So there is a definitive fastest way of doing things. Yeah, I agree. Like, I used to do Pokemon Go. I don't play it anymore. A lot of that is because I use Pokemon Go actually as, like, a workout aid to, like, motivate me to lose weight. Which, speaking of me losing weight, today marks the 40-pound drop since I came home from college, which is great. Because, yeah, so ever since coming home from college last May, I have lost 40 pounds. And I'm very happy with that. Yeah, I used to play it. I got to Masters in, I got to, like, Master rank once. Like, level 10 or whatever it was. And I'm like, nope, not doing this again. Yeah, thank you. It's been a lot. It's been a lot of work that it took to lose the weight, but, like, here's the thing about losing weight. You will notice a slowing down in the amount of weight you are losing as time goes on, simply because there is less weight to lose. Your body is burning off more weight because it doesn't have the ability to support that many, that much mass, so you lose it faster. Because, like, the first month I was back home, I lost, I think it was, like 10 pounds or something like that. The first month, and, like, the next was like, it was like 9 or something. Then the next month it was like 7 or something. Then it was 6 after that, and it just continued to decrease as time went on until about, like, okay, well, about 1 a month. You know, it like kind of held stable at like 5 to 6 a month for like a few months. Then it like continued to go back down. But that's just because you will notice you lose less weight as time goes on. They say it's called the God's Land Swords. Actually, the World's Land Lord. I mean, it's both, Caleb. It is technically both. Technically, it is both of them. But, since we have now gotten our SINISTEA, it is time we move on to the Terror Raids. So, it is time we move on to our raid portion of today's video stream. So if you guys have any level 5 Terror Raids you guys want to be hosting, it's time to do the raids. I have flamethrower, so I'm finding it's rested. Nice. 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 Nope, not a normal. Not a level 5. Yeah, that... Like, this game's version of Masuda Method, this is what Masuda Method always wanted to be. It always wanted to be something where you can travel the world, and as you're hatching, also look for other shinies. Like, it's such a good system. I love it. It's because it's such a good change that I love it. Hello, Dashbun. But yeah, like because like it's funny. Like people hate streamers hate Masuda Method in the older games because it is quite boring. I will agree, it's a very boring method. But in this game, people love it. Granted, another reason why people love Masuda Method in this game is because it is like the other methods are a lot faster. Because like you can do like sandwich hunting, and with sandwich hunting you're basically getting shines at a very good rate, as we just saw there. So like a lot of streamers prefer, like, it's kind of a weird thing. Streamers hunt for shinies, but getting too many shinies in a short amount of time, like, they get excited for, like, shiny hunting in the other games when they get a lot of in a very short amount of time. But when it comes to this game, because it's expected, that sort of, like, thought is not really there as much. But with this game, like, Masuda Method is kind of, like, come back because, like, you can travel the world and shiny hunt as well. Wait. Hey, we're getting rated by Al and Andreas. How you guys doing? Draco, welcome in. Andreas, welcome in. Where is the other man of the hour, or the man of the half hour, I guess one could say? Mr. Ace Trainer of Al. There is Al. How you doing, Al? Tommy! Hello, Dragon Dance Tommy. Someone please grab their links. Thank you very much for that. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? If you guys haven't done so, show some love to Ace Trainer Al and Andreas SSG. Thank you very much for the raid. What were you guys streaming on your end? Did you get any shinies if you were shiny hunting? Or what were you doing? But we're just doing some Terror Raids, grinding for some Herba Mystica. wait! Shiny Palmy! Shiny Palmy! Shiny Palmy phase! You guys brought the luck for the Palmy! No, Egg! No! Egg, stop hatching! There's a Palmy literally right there! There's a Palmy literally right in front of our face! Egg, it is literally looking up at us! Freaking... It's so cute! There we go! The best part is, second shiny Palmy I've ever found in this game with no damage running. I'm so happy. Oh boy. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. That was amazing. Yes, I am! Because we need Palmy. We need another one for the shiny decks. Pomeranium. Pomeranium. Shiny SINISTEA. Shiny Poltergeist. Shiny Pommy. I mean, I guess that we're no longer finding shinies just around Glaciadio Mountain anymore. Because, yeah, we found a shiny Grievard yesterday. With, just us going on hatching eggs, as well as a shiny Murkrow. But both of those were around Glaciadio Mountain. So, like, Glaciadio Mountain is where we go when we have found so many shinies when at Glaciadio Mountain, when hatching eggs, without running sandwiches. We have found more shinies when hatching eggs in Glaciadio Mountain than we have found shinies in Glaciadio Mountain by deliberately shiny hunting with sandwiches. Glaciadio Mountain frickin' loves me. Record a video of Pommy. Could you record a video of Pommy in boxes for me? I want to make it. So you mean like just like the background of this, like on the summary page? I could do that. I got that, Andres. I can do that. So just like, so this screen basically, so all I gotta do is just like clip. All I gotta do is just like clip it. So I can do that. And replay save. There we go. There we go. Happy to help Mr. Andres. Oh, I gotta go back to the boxes and get my eggs out. Yeah, we've been having fantastic luck with our shinies in Scarlet and Violet. So far, every single Masuda hunt we have done has been under odds. Closest we hit to odds was our 506 or like, no, 504 eggs on shiny Reboot. But like, all of our others have been under odds. Happy to help. Happy to help. Hi, Al. But yeah, also, if you guys have any Terra raids, like level 5s and like easy level 6s, we are always happy to do some Terra raids, because we gotta go grind that Herba Mystic. We're on that mindset grind set. So if you guys got your raids, we are always happy to assist with them. But yeah. Like, again, this is what Masuda hunting, I think, always wanted to be. You know, looking around in the overworld for shinies while also hatching your shiny eggs. Hello, Flareon. I dare to dab. I don't dab. As a policy, I don't dab. Right, you're not shiny, are you? Because I know that you're freaking bright when you're shiny. You know it's not shiny. Okay. Remember Landon got one? Like, I don't know what shiny Greedent looks like, but I know Landon said it, like, it sticks out, but it's bright. But he also, like, rarely ever encounter a Greedent, so I don't really know the color palette normally for it. But hey, eventually we'll have to shiny hunt it. Hello, Scovillain. Hello, Scovillain. I'm gonna manually mask each frame since keyframe is terrible. Yikes. Individually frame by frame. How many frames go into those GIFs you do, Andreas? Because, like, I know that, like, I think the game is 30 frames a second. And I know those GIFs can be, like, what, 3-4 seconds long? So that's what... Damn, you're doing that frame by frame, dude. Salute you, sir. Salute to you, sir. How much chance of 5 and 6 have for Mystica? 5 stars, I believe it is. They have 5 rolls, and each of the rolls are like a 10% chance, but that's for, like, the best pool ones. That's for, like, the Blissey one, the Blissey, the Vaporeon, the Gengar, Avalugg, Drifblim, Titan. Those have like a 10-something% chance of them, and they have 5 rolls. And the level 6s are like, it's Avalugg as well, Blissey, Vaporeon. I forget the other 3, but the Titan is another one. They have, I think it's like 6 or 7 rolls for Herba Mystica, and there's like a 13.7% chance for each roll. So like it's very like you wanna look for Blissey level 6s. Like Blissey and Titan level 6 raids are what you want to be looking for because they're very, very easy. So Titan's typing, like Titan's move set, like move pool is garbage. So it's very easy to body that way. But Blissey is also just an absolute joke because it has like negative physical defense. I would love to do that Avalugg. I would be very okay with doing that Avalugg. Level 6 Water Avalugg. I don't think Ditto has the heightened Herba drop chances. I think Ditto uses the regular like drop pool, but Ditto's just easy. Yeah, Ditto's advantage is it is a very easy raid to do because all you gotta do is have the raid leader have like a level 1 Pokemon. Ditto will transform into a level 1 Pokemon, and you just grind it out that way. It's so easy. Because yeah, this is the way that transform works. Yeah, this is the way that transform works. A lot of people seem to be a bit confused on it at times, but the way it works is the Pokemon using transform does not transform into the Pokemon and what its stats would be at that level. Imposter works the same way. Imposter works the exact same way. It transforms into an exact copy of what the stats are at present. So the Ditto's level does not matter. So you could have a level 100 Ditto transform into a level 1 Magikarp. It would have the same stats as the level 1 Magikarp, aside from HP. HP is the only stat that Ditto keeps. But Ditto also has a very, very tiny HP stat. So, when you have a Ditto that has, like, what, 9 first defenses, even if it has, like, 1,000 HP, like even if it has, like, 6,000 HP, you breathe on it, and it dies. If you can't find your Iron Hands, I recommend going to the search thing in the boxes and just type in, like, Electric Fighting or Iron Hands, and that should highlight on, like, the big search thing where it is. That will, like, specifically highlight. Also, for those who are tuning in now, we are presently doing a sub-goal thing. Weird. Could it be in your party? We know that there would be a thing that indicates in your party. Weird. Also, for those who are just tuning in for the first time, we are presently doing a sub goal. If we get to 2K subs by the end of February, we're doing an authentic shiny SINISTEA hunt. That's going to be pain for me, but you guys are going to enjoy. No, I don't know a good. Come on. Calculate 6k damage. They calculate 6k damage to say one shot. Yep, exactly. That's what people do, like, the Greninja ones, like, no, it doesn't. There's like, no, it doesn't. Like, that's the problem with a lot of the strategies that people are proposing for, like, the Greninja raids. They're not doing the benchmark of 7.5k damage. You need to be dealing a minimum of 7.5k. What does Avalugg have a water move? I'm pretty sure it's like Terra Blast. Because I'm pretty sure that every 6-star, or at least most 6-stars, have Terra Blast. Or at least have like the option of using Terra Blast. Got so many shorts done, feeling like nice. Yeah, like, it's great having so many shiny reactions to make into shorts. Because it also works great for shiny reaction compilations. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have like, the option of always having Terra Blast. Because I do remember, like, the difference between level 5s and level 6s is that level 5s do not have Terra Blast. Level 6s can. How do you calculate? There's Pokemon Showdown's damage calculator. basically Pokemon Journal has like a website that it's just a pure calculator. So it is, you plug in, okay, this is the battle conditions, say I'm a level 100 thing. Actually, I could always just like, do a window capture of it, honestly. I'll do a window capture for it. I'll stop the screen recording because I don't need that. But yeah, I'll show you the website it is for the calculator that I use. It's such a good website. Window capture, add source. No, it's a Trestle. Okay, I need a new one. Window capture, add source. Chrome, Cerebi, done. So like the basically damage calculator. Yeah, it's this, the calc.pokemonshowdown.com. This is like the damage calculator I use. So I just go to like, say, Greninja, go to Terra type, change to Poison, check that, and then I just run Sims. I just like run Sims of Pokemon against it. So like, okay, we go like +6 here, and like +6. Joint power. So I basically just like run Sims like this, and if you click on the move right here, it'll actually show these are the damage numbers. These you need, well, ideally you want this number, the lowest one, to hit 7.5k. Ideally, that's what you want. So like, let's just add in some more conditions just for shenanigans. Let's just add in like some more conditions. So like this. See how this says like 14,000 right here? You want this number to be 7.5k. If you're doing the damage calculator. That's how I run my damage calcs. And I run them for other things in general as well. Yeah, it's you just gotta put in a bunch of combinations of things, but the important thing to remember is when you're running those damage calculations, you need to be running calculations for field conditions that are plausible. So like, if you say like you're running a sim like I did for that Bronzong right there, okay, I need to think of what can get like psychic terrain, what can get stored power, how can I get myself to +6, you know, how am I able to do all of these things? And I mean, it's a lot of, you know, competitive nerdery, but it as you use it, you will start to figure it out a bit as time goes on. But yeah, it's definitely something that takes a while to get used to doing. I've been doing damage calcs for competitive things for, you know, a couple of years at this point, so I know like the damage things like the back of my hand. Hey Alexander, how you doing? But it is a fantastic website. I use it like for figuring out most of the matchups. Like I even use it for like when I'm doing, you know, team prep for VGC things. You know, when I'm building my competitive teams, I will run those damage calcs there. I'll run everything by that calculator first. See, okay, am I hitting the damage numbers I need to? Am I hitting the speed stats I need to? How much investment do I need to put into my Pokemon in order to get this move to knock something out? Which downloading officially from YouTube wasn't so slow. Yeah. Like, I wish that there was a way to, like, extract a clip from a stream and download just that specific clip. Because even when you clip a stream, you can't download just that specific clip. You need to download the entire stream. Good, but there's a train to the right. You should stay somewhere safe and be careful under it, Alexander. You should be safe, stay somewhere, and stay away from the tornado. But other than that, I hope you're doing well. Stay safe. But yeah, also, if you guys know anyone who might enjoy the channel, don't forget to, you know, share this channel out. If we get to 2K by the end of February, authentic shiny SINISTEA hunt. I'm kind of glad we didn't get the shiny authentic today for that reason. Because that just means, okay, future benchmark hunt. Because originally I was going to do Dusk Lycanroc for one of these things. The problem is that Dusk Lycanroc, the way that you have to hunt it, yeah, it doesn't really lend itself to that because it's actually very easy to hunt. You know, it's a very, very safe, very stable hunt. it is nothing like 3-segment Dead Unsparse or Authentic SINISTEA. You know, those are much more chaotic and much more unstable hunts. Whereas the others, like, yeah, no, there's the way that you hunt for Shiny Lycanroc is it will always result in you getting a own tempo Rockruff. Yeah, it is the only way to actually do it that way. That's why I decided like to remove that idea from a thing. But yeah. Best format for shorts to be rendered in is Can you... So, what software do you use for making your shorts, Andreas? Can you send me, like, the specs you use for your shorts? Because, like, my shorts don't look very good. And I want to make them look better. So, could you, like, send me some of the information you do? So that way I could, like, figure out how to do that? Because, Smooth Brain Moments. Because I've been using, DaVinci Resolve. And I do mine in, like, phone perspective, which is 180 by 1920. So it's like the normal aspect ratio is inverted. And they look really bad. I copied the video. Time to do master parts. I have absolutely no idea what any of that means. I have no clue what any of that means, so I'm probably gonna have to, like, get some info out of that later. I had a looping background. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna need to figure out how to, like, to improve my shorts quality, because I don't like the way they look. I really don't like the way they look, but I don't know how to do it otherwise. But yeah, also, if you guys have any level 5 raids you guys want to do, feel free to leave the link code to what they are and like stuff in here in the chat so we can do those. Toxel, you're annoying. Oh, there it is. I was like, where the frick is this thing? Because yesterday we had a raid den. Ooh, oh, speaking of raid things. Great den. Hey, Cactus, how you doing? How you doing? This is gonna be easy. Speaking of Great Ant, we're gonna punch Great Ant in the face. There we go. Nope. You have Vegas Pro since starting the channel 23. Wow, nice. Is Vegas Pro free? Is it free? Because like I don't think I have the money to buy like a subscription or something like that. But nice. I will definitely write that down. I'm doing very well, Cactus. We got 3 shinies so far today. We got our shiny SINISTEA, shiny Poltergeist, and we got a shiny Palmy, which we need. Messing around with the calculator and ending up with the minimum damage of that. Well, yeah, but the thing you gotta remember, Caleb, is it feasible to have something achieve that damage number? You know, that's the thing that you gotta remember. Is it feasible for that damage to be achievable? Nah, I got it when it was cheap and slowly upgraded. Ah, unfortunately. Yeah, shinies are cruel. Shinies can be cruel at times. Shinies can be cruel. That's one of the things I do like doing the overworld wandering while hatching Masuda eggs. Because, I mean, I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I can shiny hunt, and I can hatch I can shiny hunt overworld with no Herba Mystica. I can raid to get Herba Mystica back, and simultaneously hatch eggs from Masuda shiny hunt. So I can do 3 things all simultaneously. It is the biggest brain strategies. It is absolute galaxy brain play. Can I borrow some shiny luck? Yes, you can take my shiny luck. They like Life Orb Collate, Helping Hand, Power Spot Boost, Shattered Psyche, Base Power, Terra Poison Greninja, Guaranteed Oko. Yeah, you don't need to be doing quite that much damage. You don't need to be doing quite that much damage, But the thing is, it is impossible to do Life Orb Shattered Psyche. Because you need a Z Crystal for that. Then I'm satisfied that I already got Magnesium. Nice. But yeah, you can't do Life Orb Shattered Psyche. Because you need to hold the Z Crystal for that. But yeah, I hope that we get the Shiny Charmander buff, the Shiny Charmander, the Shiny Charmeleon, and the Shiny Charizard all before Friday. Because I would very, very, very much like to just start Greninja raids. Doing that, told you it has 0 chance of being feasible. Oh, that's what you mean. That's what you meant by 0% chance. That's what you meant by 0% chance. I thought you meant like 0% chance of the shinies. But yeah, it's impossible. But the other thing is that you don't need that much damage. I think it is you need to get like 1,000 no, I think it's like 3, it's less than like 3,000% damage. I think it's like 2,500% minimum. Well, yeah, you gotta get working on those gains, Andres. You gotta get working on the other gains for the setup. Also, exclamation point, Gren. This, Gren. That is the team setup for what is best to use to defeat the Greninja raids upcoming. Full EV spreads, full movesets, full everything you need to know on how to acquire them. And now it is time to punch things. You can suck a Railroad Spike, Greedent. You can suck a Railroad Spike. I just set up my stuff and you immediately purged. I'll need that damage when it comes to basically setting up stuff. I'm back to full anyway. I'm back to full health, so I can always just do that to reset everything up. I'm very glad this thing doesn't have Belly Drum itself. That would just be annoying. That would just be annoying. Good, it's poisoned. And you do that. I can get you one, Andreas. I can just braid one. I can just braid you one. The good thing is that NPCs getting knocked out does not cut your timer down. Yeah, if your NPCs get knocked out, you don't lose time. So it's good on you. Mr. Cow. 2+2 life up, sharpness, glade, helping hand. Yep. Yep. That is the calc. That is the reason why I set that calc up. That is a very feasible calculation. That's why that calculation is a very feasible one. It's meant to be as simple as possible. The calculation is designed to be as simple as possible to not run the risk of overcomplications. Because you gotta remember, Greninja will likely have some form of ability stat purge, ability purge that's going to be going off, because the people, the devs, are aware of us continuing to joke the tier 7s with these kind of tactics. So, making much longer protracted setup sets, like the Slowbro, because we've already shown, yeah, we can set up in one-shot Cinderace with Slowbro, because we've done that, moving forward, they're likely going to make more ways to prevent that from happening. So just going with simplicity is likely going to be the best option. Which is why I kept the thing to, this is a 2-turn strategy. Turn 1, you do one thing. Turn 2, you do another thing. Keep it as simple as possible, rather than need, like, 9 turns of setup where you gotta set up this move, this move, this move, this move, heal chant, attack chant, then go for this. It's like, no, it's simple. You just go, you click one move, then you click move 2. That's all you do. And the mechanic, keep immunities after Terra. I don't think they're gonna do that, because that's not how Terra types work. I can get Terra type. I've seen people running that King Gambit Terra Fairy for competitive, but if you're doing Terra raids, you want King Gambit's Terra type to either be Dark or be Steel. You always want your Terra type of your raid Pokemon to be one of your 2 stabs. Or if you're doing, like, raid, like, you always want your Terra typing to basically be advantageous for you, which is generally, like, yep, we got a Salty Mystica. I have to render some shorts, forgot some stuff. Zoinks! Unfortunate. Yeah, I generally think, like, you only really need 1, because I've found there's really not many situations where I've needed a Steel Terra Raid thing outside of, like, Fairy types. You know, like, I don't really need, you know, like, Steel types as often for Terra Raids, but there's definitely been instances I have needed them. So, like, I think it's worth having, but in general, you can basically just throw Iron Hands at most things. Managed to get the 1% chance of 4 Herba. Nice! Like, that's the dream. The freaking 4 Herba Mystica from a single raid. Like, that's why Blissey is the best. It is the easiest raid to do, because Blissey has, like, no physical defense. You set up Belly Drum and you punch. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, a lot of the time when streaming, people probably do exaggerate the reaction when it comes to shinies. So there's that. But, like, there are definitely, people do have, like, explosive reactions off screen when they come to shinies. So, like, though it depends on, like, how long the hunt's been going. When we get the shiny reaction compilation, which is going to be going up either this Thursday or this Friday, you guys are going to see some of my off-stream reactions to shinies. You know, the freaking Charcadet, which took over 10 hours. Over 10 sandwiches, so 5 hours plus to get. Yeah. Ooh, so Titan. So Titan is one of the best for grinding out Herbas. It is one of the best drop tools. It has the best drop pool with a few other Pokemon for level 5 raids. Let's freaking go, people. Let's freaking go. There we go. Yes, I can wait. Yeah, I think that Iron Hands and Azumarill, I think that there's advantages to both of them. I would love to battle Zed. I would love to battle Zeddy boy. But yeah, there's advantages to Azumarill over Iron Hands. You want to use them both, but in different circumstances. Like, Iron Hands is good when you're fighting things that are, like, physical attackers, or things that Azumarill is not good for, you know, or, like, it has a type advantage. But you also don't want to throw Azumarill everything, you know, like, if you're fighting, like, a Psychic type, or, like, well, something that is a Psychic type normally, or something that is a Fairy type normally, or something that is a Ground type normally, well, special Ground type, not physical Ground type, you don't want to throw Iron Hands at it, because Iron Hands doesn't do well against it. But, like, a good way of thinking about Iron Hands and Azumarill is this. In general, I would say Iron Hands is better. It has a better ability, it has a better stat line, so that way even if you do get the stat and ability purge, Iron Hands has a better natural stat spread, so it can still do out a fairly respectable amount of damage, even without the Belly Drum and without Quark Drive activated. Whereas Azumarill is fully dependent on huge power to do any damage. So, there are advantages and disadvantages to them, but I think in cases where, yeah, in terms of, like, in a pure vacuum, huge power I would say is better than Quark Drive. However, when it comes to the stat lines of the Pokemon using them, Iron Hands has a better stat line than Azumarill, because if Azumarill gets the ability purge applied, you do not have the very, very good stat line that Iron Hands has naturally. As well as Iron Hands, I would say it can take hits better physically. Especially Azumarill can take hits a bit better than Iron Hands, but it's only specially. You know, physically, Iron Hands takes them super. Iron Hands can take physical ground moves very, very well. But yeah, it really comes down to situationals. It's come down to situational. Both of them are amazing. You know, it's like comparing, you know, oh yeah, this $100 bill is amazing. Well, these two $50 bills are also amazing. It's like both of them are great. It's hard to decide which one is better, but I would say generally I would go with Iron Hands over Azumarill, just because the better natural stat line. Plus, you know, Drain Punch also like gives you a lot more healing, which I think is actually quite important. Because maintaining a high level of health is big for Terror Raids, because otherwise if you get knocked out, we gotta reset Belly Drum and you lose time. Now, I mean, Azumarill is quite bulky. Azumarill is quite a bulky Pokemon. It can take hits very, very well. It's just that a number of things will get grass moves and a number of things get poison moves, which can kind of do a lot to it. But now, let's punch this whale in the face. Now, let's punch this whale in the face. Our electric face punching machine robot of doom. Again, guys, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so. Give my help at the shell bell. I'm gonna go to sleep anyway next turn because it used yawn on me. But it's fine. I think we're fine anyway. I think we can just crush this thing right now. Come on. Come on. No escape activate. That's the one thing about dropping this thing's HP so low I don't like. Is they just keep spamming these, like, ability things. It's just annoying. But, yep. Look at that. Look at that. Like, a solid, almost 30 seconds, I could not do a thing. Because literally, the thing did not appear. The thing did not appear, and we all just fell asleep. Also, ability replacement on things like Satitan to completely kneecap Azumarill. Because it really needs that. It needs access to huge power to do out damage. I'd say Arceus would win, because it can literally just Thanos snap Mewtwo out of existence. Yeah, what I generally recommend if you're doing any raids, Andreas, you can use Screech when the shield is up. All status moves are stopped by the shield. I forget Adlens. Huh? No, Andreas, when the shield is in play, all status moves fail. Status moves do not work when... Oh, you mean for your Umbreon set? Yeah, but yeah, status moves just do not work when it comes to the shield being activated. So it's not worth using. It's one of the reasons why I say, like, best to run, like, a Grimmsnarl with support tech. Because if you use a move like Misty Terrain, that prevents your allies from getting slept. That prevents your allies from getting slept. And, I mean, it's particularly good against Amoonguss. It's very, very good against Amoonguss. Because Amoonguss has freaking Spore, has Effect Spore, in general an annoyance to deal with. There we go. Genesect. I would say Genesect wins that. Shield Shattering. Yeah. I love how, to this day, people still confuse Mythicals and Legendaries, just because in the West, they didn't make a distinction between the two of them. Because in Japan, Mythicals and Legendaries were always stated as being separate categories of things. You know, Legendaries, Mythicals are not a subset of Legendaries. They're just their own separate independent thing. But just in the West, they were always just called the same thing, so like there's always this confusion. It wasn't until Gen 5 stepped in and said, nope, they are different. They are different things. No Mystica, unfortunately. Always happy to help, Moth. Always happy to help. Always happy to help. Wait, did I not put a marker on the thing? Did I seriously not drop a pin on it? You know, I'll just go here. Yeah, I'll just fly there, and I'll just fly over to the thing, and then just go straight line. It'll be easier than climbing up the thing. Because, yeah, when you are climbing up hills, or you're falling down, or you're flying through the air, you do not get steps on eggs. So it is just advantageous to not fall down, like, long distances. Yes, Arceus would still win that. Because, again, Arceus literally snap it out of existence. Again, Mewtwo's only power is punching things really hard with its mind. That is the only thing Mewtwo is able to do. Arceus can literally unmake the universe. It can literally unmake everything. Extreme speed. Extreme Killer Arceus exists for a reason. So does Dance into extreme speed. Amnesia only helps its special defense and its special attack. It doesn't help its physical stats. It doesn't help its physical stats. You looked vaguely red. No, you're not. I don't know, that Nacli looked slightly red to me. Yeah, but it doesn't have enough to survive a +2, even +4 stab extreme speed. Yeah, one of your other plates was super effective. I'm pretty sure Arceus, but only for Judgment. But only applies to Judgment. But also Arceus, like, pretty sure outruns Mewtwo as well, so it would get in a Judgment before it even activates. Plus, like, it has the thing where it can just change its types on the fly. No, the plates affect typings. The plates don't affect just special, they affect the typing. And Arceus can still use physical moves as well. Steel Talonflame. I'd be down for that. I'd be down for Steel Talonflame. Oh, it's 6-star, okay. Yeah, I'm always up for beating up a Talonflame. I'm always up for beating up a Talonflame. Let's go. Oh yeah, Palafin's one of the other good reward drop pools for level 5s. W, J, N, 0. There we go. Hey, geez, how you doing? I'd say Dialga wins. What? I'd say Dialga wins, because we've seen that happen before in Mystery Dungeon. Dialga won. And is that a G or a... That's a 0. 3. Okay, there we go. Does Arceus have a move that changes type? No. Judgment changes type with whatever type Arceus is as well. Yeah, Judgment also changes typing. But it also has, like, a huge amount of physical moves anyway. Honestly, I kind of almost think it might be best for me to bring Skeledirge here. But also Iron Hands. I'll stick with Iron Hands. My gut is telling me Iron Hands. I think I'll stick with Hands. Well, yeah, but we've seen demonstrably within the Mystery Dungeon series that Dialga did destroy the Gate of Time. Dialga can travel through time at will, whereas Celebi does specifically need the Gate of Time. The Time Gate, whatever. The Time Gate, Gate of Time, I forget whatever it's called. I forget what it's called. But yeah, Dialga is more powerful. I mean, I'm pretty sure Celebi even, like, admits herself that Dialga is more powerful. I think. You're gonna have to go back and rewatch the Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky series we did for that. I would say Dialga beats in Dialga Palkia, because it's not weak to Dragon, but Palkia is. I'd say Giratina Palkia, that'd be a close one, but probably Palkia. Palkia probably take it in the end, because Giratina's bulky, but like it doesn't hit hard. Yeah, Dialga would literally Zawaldo Palkia and just freeze time. It would literally just stop time. It would just go Zawaldo, freeze, and then just kill you. And then just dead. Zawaldo. Burning Talonflame. That is a delicious irony. That is a very delicious irony. Oh, Kevin's gonna kill me. Oh, it doesn't kill me! Because you suck! Take the right hook. Take the right hook, Talonflame. You better have Gale Wings. You better have freaking Gale Wings, and you better not have Flame Body. Because if you have Flame Body, this is bad. But if you don't have Flame Body, we're easy street. This is very easy street if you don't have Flame Body. Okay, I've got 3 moves, no proccing a Flame Body. I think we're in the clear. Because Flame Body is a 30% chance. Heatran, I'd say Melty Face wins. I would say Melty Face wins that round. And yes, we refer to Heatran as Melty Face. Fond memories of Melty Face Heatran raids. Bonk. God, there's just so much damage. Love it. I love how much damage Iron Hands does. And now we go Terrastalize. Because with Terrastalizing into fighting and using a fighting move, we do 75% of our normal damage. We're basically going to shatter this shield right now. So I'm not going to break it fully, but it's going to be on a freaking sliver after this. Hands. I have to hand it to you. But we're certainly a handful. You can do the Evelas, you know, Aaron Torrens is now in the box, but I think it was a glitch. Where did you? Okay, that's good. Okay, that's at the very least you found it. But yeah, we can do the Avalug next. Wait, wait, we're getting raided again. Hey, Draconic, how are you doing? Tommy, Dragon Dance Tommy again. I fell down the stairs. Welcome in. Thank you very much for thank you very much for doing that, Tommy. How are you doing, Draconic? What were you streaming on? Ooh, ability patch. I needed that. I needed that. It's going very, very well. We got 2 shiny SINISTEA today, and we got a random shiny Pawmi. So I'm very happy. And as we just saw, we just got an ability patch. We needed that. But what were you streaming today, Draconic? How did it go? Did it go well? And what were you streaming, my friend? So what's this? Funny, we just bit a Talonflame, and now we just found a Fletchinder. I would say probably Mew wins that. Casually reacting to a pet. I mean, to be fair, Draconic, to be fair, I will react to it casually, because to me, it is pretty casual. It is pretty casual for me. Yeah, I do a lot of raids. You guys can tell from the fact I have 999 large experience candies after having dumped probably 200 into other things how much I raid. Because I'm like editing videos, and I'm just like passively doing raids in the background where I'm like clicking A. Because I just spam my Iron Hands. Good, good. Nice chilled stream noise. Yeah, we are up to, at this point, in terms of shinies, 120, I think, 4 at this point for shinies. We're doing very well on our shiny list so far. Xerneas versus Groudon. No, they're gone. They can't hurt me anymore. Xerneas and Groudon are gone. No. 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 For those who don't know, Xerneas traumatized me. Xerneas and Groudon have traumatized me. VGC Ultra Series, the metagame was entirely run by Xerneas and Groudon in the unholy pairing called Zerndon. Because Primal Groudon only lost to 3 things. Kyogre, Rayquaza, and another Primal Groudon. Xerneas only loses to Poison and Steel types, who lose to Ground. And Xerneas bodies Kyogre and bodies Rayquaza. And Groudon is a coin flip. It's like, they beat basically everything. I have nightmares. They give me trauma. I have trauma from these things. Yeah, ooh, Amoonguss 6-star grass. I'll be down for that. I'll be down for that Amoonguss Red Moth Cloak. Amoonguss has one of the best drop pools. No, it was Primal Groudon. It was Primal Groudon. The way VGC works is they ban restricted legendaries, like they ban box art legendaries. And then they will do a format where they allow the restricted legendaries in. So, like, they do ban them, then they do allow them. No primals, I would say Groudon wins this. I would say Groudon still wins it. But yeah, they used to do 3 formats where it's, one is the game-only Pokedex, so like only the Pokemon that are in the game, then with no restricteds, no restricteds are allowed. Then they do one format where you are allowed to use any Pokemon other than restricteds and mythicals. Then the third one was you can use any Pokemon other than mythicals, but you only can bring in 2 restricteds on your team. Now they've been changing it up a little bit, so it's different. Ash, one of the mods get exclamation point Ash. But they changed it up a little bit. And now they're just doing like every 2 months they have a new format. But yeah, it's not the way that VGC works, is with like those kind of like spot bans. But yeah, it's like Primal Groudon and Xerneas give me nightmares for that reason. They just did way too much damage. Because they were very good at basically not having a weakness. You can only bring 2 legendaries. Well, here's the thing about legendaries. Like, regular legendaries, like Zapdos and stuff, they're not a problem. Because the reality is they don't really have much better stats than regular Pokemon. Like, I'm pretty sure Zapdos and stuff only have like 570 for a base stat total. Let me check that. Zapdos. Like, I'm pretty sure they only have like 570 or something for base stats. 580. Okay. Zapdos is like 580. Okay, then I'm gonna go to something. Go to Volcarona. Yeah, Volcarona is 550. So, like, its stats aren't that much higher than, like, a regular Pokemon. It's just that they're kind of a bit of an easy target for us to paint on. That's why there's the difference between the legendaries and then the restricteds. Restricteds are basically like your box art legendaries. So if it has like, a good rule of thumb is if it has like 660 base stats or higher, it's a restricted legendary. The only exception to that is Regigigas, who is not a restricted legendary. Yeah, Moth, I said we can do the Amoonguss after this one. Yeah, like that's why it's funny. Like, if Landorus Therian, for like all people hate it for, was the end of like a 3-stage evolutionary family, people wouldn't complain about it as much because it's a 3-stage evolutionary Pokemon. It's why it took something as absurd as Incineroar for people to start really having issues with a 3-stage evolutionary Pokemon. We had to find it very, very amusing. He has like it's a very like interesting nature duality of things. But yeah, it's one of those, like, I don't really have a problem with legendaries outside of the restricted, which everyone has a problem with the restricted. A lot of the high-level competitive players do not like restricted legendary formats. They actively hate them. Because like it's basically whenever a restricted format comes into play, they basically like that's basically their vacation. Like they can still play. Well, they're still like the best players there are. So like they can still go aggressively and still win. But like they don't really put thought into playing as much because they really just don't care. But yeah, even like, aw, thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Tommy. Back to Rayquaza versus Zygarde. I gotta say, probably Zygarde loses that. It depends on if Zygarde has Power Construct. If it has Power Construct, I'd say Zygarde probably wins that. But if it doesn't, I'd say that's a clean Rayquaza win. Oh yeah, right, I forgot. The Nightbot command for back is even if a sentence starts off the word back and it isn't just exclusively back. I do not believe we have Draconic. I do not believe we have. Though it would depend what format, doubles, singles, VGC Series 1 or 2 style. What would the rules for this fight be? So I'm always curious to fight other people. I enjoy battles. God, like Avalugg is so freaking annoying. It's so physically defensive. Because the thing is, it doesn't get a boost. Zygarde, powerful one, Zygarde. Like, I don't... Because the thing is, it's so freaking bulky. It does not get the snow defense boost. It does not get the boost from snow on its defenses that, like, freaking ice types normally do. Because when you Terra type out of ice, you don't get the defense boost anymore. Just like if you're a rock type and you terrestrialize into a type that is not rock, you do not get the special defense boost anymore. This is just the pure bulk that is Avalugg. This is the pure freaking bulk that is physical Avalugg. Like, has this thing been using like freaking iron defense or some crap like that? Like, why can we not craft this thing? Like, we might need to bring like actual special stuff. I mean, I'm just going by what's been going on in competitive Draconic. Zygarde does not see use in battles, but Rayquaza does. But then again, Rayquaza is like very heavily used because it shuts off weather, which a lot of teams enjoy weather usage. That's the reason why it was one of the answers to Primal Groudon, because you just tack on like Waterfall to a Rayquaza. It doesn't need to Mega Evolve because Airlock shuts down Desolate Land. This thing has to be using freaking Iron Defense. There is no way we are not doing... Yeah, okay, it used Iron Defense once. That's why we're not doing any damage to it. I mean, we all... See, Tommy, you almost beat me in that one battle we did because you got that lucky freeze. I was like, yeah, Chiron Black wins that. Yeah, we probably are not going to be able to beat this. Okay, good. The tornado finally ended, Alexander. Good. I'm glad that the tornado is done. I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, this was fun. Yeah, now we can do the Amoonguss, because I don't think we're going to be able to beat the Avalugg. I think that thing is just too tough to crack. Legendary Pokemon bracket video when... I mean, that would be a hard thing to do. Yeah, I say we do the Amoonguss. Get that Kyurem White. I would say that's a Kyurem White win. Mostly because special Kyurem is a lot better than physical Kyurem. Yeah, special Kyurem is nightmare-inducing. Because it's also, I mean, freaking... It's kind of surprising, though. Actually, I have a feeling we might see Kyurem White in this game. Like, when the legendaries return in whatever the DLC is, I have a feeling that Kyurem White and even just Kyurem Base probably are going... I mean, I flip-flop between Kyurem and Kyurem. I flip back and forth on the way I pronounce it. Because I've heard people say Kyurem. And, like, they always, like, correct me. Like, no, it's no, I usually say Kyurem. Because there is a Godzilla monster. I'm going to go grab the action figure of it. Named Kiryu. And I would always pronounce it, like, the same way as that. But some former friends of mine, the reason I know former is because they were gaslighting me to hell for many years, and I just eventually broke things off with them. And it was just so ingrained on that. And I've always called it, like, I used to call it Kyurem, but they would always correct me and say it's Kyurem. And it just became ingrained in that way after a while. Yeah, I mean, I love Godzilla. Godzilla is, like, my favorite thing in the world. Like, you can't see it because it's, like, way back there, but it's, like, a glass... It's a wooden box with multiple glass plate layers that have, like, Godzilla, like, the basically, like, images of different Godzilla monsters painted on them. My brother got me that when he went to PAX. I loved it. Thank you, someone who actually says they are cats. Because, yes, the beasts are actually cats. They're all designed off cats. No, you're not. Destroya is great. Yeah, I actually have Godzilla vs. Destroya. The dual pack of it and Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. Problem is, my Godzilla vs. Destroya thing is scratched. So, like, there's one part towards the, like, end of the movie in, like, the big final fight scene where there's that scratch. And there's sometimes I'm watching it skip, like, just rage. Yeah, like, I actually keep, like, I love monster movies. Like, I love Godzilla movies so much that I actually, like, would write, in my spare time, like, write stories about, like, I basically have my own universe of kaiju things that I basically, like, periodically write in. And it's just, like, I just periodically, like, write in them from time to time, and, like, I draw my own monsters and stuff like that. I think a lot of it just comes from, like, people like dogs more than cats. Because the thing is, like, Suicune is very much a leopard. Like, Raikou is a saber-toothed tiger. The only one that, like, vaguely does resemble a dog is you have, like, the one that resembles a dog is, Entei. But Entei is designed to look like those Chinese lion statues. It's very, very weird. Yeah, Entei's, like, the only one that, like, does resemble a dog, but it's based on those, like, Chinese lion statues. Yeah, we're probably not going to be able to beat this thing. I'm going to hear the Pokemon home theme in, like, why? What did you do, Jared? Oh, finally putting together how much the Galarian living deck I have, a home with what I have in the boxes. Oh, because that's what you're doing. Ah. Durduranite. Yeah, generally it's not the best idea to bring a flying-type Pokemon into Terra Raids because you are not immune to the, because if you're on misty terrain, you cannot be put to sleep by status conditions. You are not able to be statused. I'd say Blacephalon. I would say Blacephalon takes that win, takes the dub in that case. Yeah, Blacephalon is terrifying. Yeah, I mean, controversial stance, but I love the Ultra Beasts. I think they're really cool. It's like, I really, really love the Ultra Beasts. I think they're pretty cool. I'm very glad that we did get, like, you got the Ultra Beast, you got the Paradox Pokemon. You got, like, these, like, Ultra Beast-esque things. I really like them. Super fast. But also frail. Pheromos is also stupid frail. Also, knockoff doesn't do a whole lot of damage if you're not holding an item. Or the other person holding an item, at least. I mean, mildly psychotic. My preparation transfers from the OLED, but I'd rather have as good of a rest point as I can. The worst is... Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I agree with you 100%, Jared, right there. I would rather take all the precautions to ensure the data transfer goes well, rather than risk any slip-up. Like, I am 100% with you on there. Like, you are... Yeah, I'm there with you. So what's gonna happen to your other switch? Yeah, I'm being a bit of an ass out with that, but yeah. Specs Blacephalon versus Ban Mosa. That's terrifying. No, it's fine. Yeah, I mean, it's... We just don't really have many good options for it. Like, Omar, you need to get a dedicated fire type. Like, oh, Omar, you need to get something that can beat this thing. Because, like, you need to get something that will not get bodied by that. Yeah. Like, I mean, the issue really was we just didn't have much ways to put damage onto the Amoonguss. We'll probably do it again in, like, maybe, like, 20 or so minutes, like, prepare some counters for it. I wouldn't say Necrozma... I'd say Necrozma gets overhated, if anything. I think Necrozma is, like, pretty underrated as far as legendaries go. Because, like, Necrozma's design is brilliant. Because if you look at, like, base Necrozma, you can see the different parts of its body where the, like, true Necrozma form actually is on everything. Because, like, the body of base Necrozma is the head of Ultra Necrozma. The, like, legs of base Necrozma are like little claws on its wings. Base Necrozma's arms are Ultra Necrozma's feet. Like, it literally has it had to restructure its entire body to, like, just be, like, a semi-coherent form. I'd say Lunala probably beats that. Actually, yeah, I'd say Lunala would beat that. Because, like, it's important to remember that Lunala's Moongeist Beam, it bypasses abilities. Yeah. Moongeist Beam bypasses abilities. Something I learned the hard way when using a Mimikyu. Because, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be fine. I can sit pretty here and use my disguise ability to chunk that hit because I'm immune, like, I won't go down the first hit. You know, you can't do any damage to me. Moongeist Beam, bypass abilities, wham! So does a Sunsteel Strike and Photon Geyser. They all bypass abilities. Yeah, Photon Geyser Photon Geyser has two effects. It only lists the first one, that it will go based on which of Necrozma's stats is higher. The other one is it will bypass abilities. So, like, if you have Sturdy, it will go straight through Sturdy. If you have Filter, it will go straight through Filter. It is such a good ability. It's such a good move. Alright, I think we're good to go again? Alright. That's good. Oh, read it. Alright. Alright, let's go again for the Amoonguss. I need to keep my Grimmsnarl doing Grimmsnarly things, because I am the only one keeping you guys from getting slapped by Spore. And also poison from Sludge Bomb. Jared, I will smack you. I will defenestrate you. That's a Darkrai. That's a Terrakion win right there. That's a Terrakion dub. Ah, Darkrai. I still say that they forgot to unnerf Dark Void after they nerfed it for Smeargle. Like, the nerf to Dark Void, I think, was exclusively for Smeargle. But when they locked it behind only being usable by Darkrai, it's like, why not just boost the accuracy? Because you're never going to have Darkrai used in competitive. Because Metronome can't call Dark Void anymore. Yeah, there's a bunch of moves that I think it was in the changeover from either Gen 5 to Gen 6 or Gen 6 to Gen 7. They made it so it can no longer be called by moves like Assist or Metronome, because they will simply just not work. They will not be called. I mean, I think the Dark typing on Darkrai makes more sense than Dark Ghost. Yeah, we're gonna get everything back at some point. Like, there's not gonna be any Pokemon that has been removed permanently. You know, no Pokemon will be permanently removed from circulation. It's just that they're gonna be like on hiatus for a bit. You know, likely because they're probably figuring out like ways of implementing certain things about them. Because you have things like Spinda. They gotta find ways of, you know, like rendering Spinda's unique patterns in the 3D. They have to figure out things like that. You need to figure out things like how you're going to include, like, Smeargle. Yeah, like, I think Smeargle's going to come back eventually. Welcome in, Michelle. Hope you're doing well. Again, guys, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If we get to 2,000 subs by the end of February, do an authentic shiny SINISTEA hunt. Yeah, this should be good. All right, bye, Caleb. Yeah, this should be better. We should be okay with this. This looks a little better for our heroes. I will keep the Misty Terrain tech up, so that way we don't get utterly bodied by Spore. Like, Spore is one of those moves that I feel should have stayed on Parasect and should have stayed on Breloom. Giving something like a Moongus that kind of move was a mistake. Because, like, it's one of the best Spore. It is the best Spore user there is. Like, Brute Bonnet's very good. Not often trained. Not really. I mean, it's like, the thing is, even a lot of people who, like, play a lot of Pokemon, they don't realize that Pokemon that are flying or have Levitate for the ability, a lot of them don't realize they are not affected by terrains. Most people think they're just like weather, where it just affects everything. Yeah, because you have things like, you know, a flying Pokemon like Hawlucha can activate Grassy Seeds, or like, you know, Grassy or Psychic Seeds. So most people think that, yeah, just it works for everything. It's a very, very niche thing that a lot of people don't realize. Ninja Raid, sad to see that as well. I mean, the thing is, Jonathan, the change they made to Battle Bond makes Ash Greninja weaker than the buff that Battle Bond applies now. Because now it applies a 1-stage to attack, a speed and special attack, which is terrifying. Yes, Smackdown causes flying and levitating Pokemon to become grounded. Same of the move Gravity. Yeah, there's very, very specific circumstances that basically cause Pokemon to become grounded. Which is why, like, in general, it's flying types, or it's like have levitating ability. Yeah, there's very, very specific circumstances that need to be met, and those circumstances are not really that common. Which is one of the reasons why I really, really like that there's like things for that now. Okay, Armor Rouge went down, unfortunately. Smackdown, yes, Smackdown. I love Smackdown as a move. It's one of my favorite attacks. How the freak is the Skeletor? Someone please needs to do the healing chant, because otherwise Skeletor's gonna keep getting asleep. There we go, Skeletor's up. Yeah, Skeletor is gonna be the play. Skeletor is the play. It's so good. Gravity makes Pokemon big. Yep. Yep. Gravity's fun. Like, Z Gravity was just so fun back in the days of Z moves. Because if you use Z Gravity... Also, if you guys can Terrastallize, you need to Terrastallize. Because if you use Z Gravity, you would gain... I believe it was a one-stage special attack boost. And then it would apply gravity. So you could use, say, so like there was like Mewtwo, there were Mewtwo strategies where it was you have Z Gravity Mewtwo, and then you just like spam Focus Blast. Yeah, Z Focus Blast Gravity Mewtwo was a nightmare to deal with. Yeah, well, it isn't exactly that makes them 100% accurate. It's that it decreases evasion by 2 stages. It's a bit of the same thing, but the way it affects the field is different. And that's why I love using, the Misty Terrain. If not for the viable touch, it would be shut down. I mean, I still think that Goldengo shuts down Amoonguss. It's just that when it's a level 6 raid of Amoonguss, Goldengo doesn't have the damage. Goldengo just simply doesn't have the damage to deal with a level 6 Amoonguss raid, because it just has way too much health. I'm gonna need to heal. Oh, I was gonna say I could need to heal them, but okay, that works. Like, we just need to keep chipping it down. We just gotta chip it down bit by bit. Mellow Nest, but yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. But again, you gotta remember the stat purge, which can come and rear its ugly head, is a problematic thing. That can come up. If we can't do it this time, you guys should change your Terra types to Terra type Fire. Then I have a feeling we definitely would be able to beat it, but I have a feeling this time we might be able to win it. Like, I feel like at this point we kind of could win it, but I think if Omar goes down, we lose. Yeah, I think that we might not be able to beat this one. But yeah, if you change the Terra typing to Fire, we would definitely win this. Because you do so much damage against the shield, and the shield is really the problem here. The real issue here is the shield. Yeah. You guys go and change your Terra type to Fire if you can. Otherwise, and then we just think we come back here and do it. I mean, I gotta hatch a couple eggs of them. We did. Yeah. Well, that's because this time we had 2 things using super effective moves. Yeah. I'm gonna go get some water. So you guys do that while I'm getting water. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, here we go. It is indeed a certified chair moment. Hydrate order. Hey, Darth, how are you doing? Yeah, so let me know when you guys are like done changing over the Terra types. In the meantime, we can go do this level 5 Greedent raid. How you doing, Darth? How you doing? I'll bring a zoom roll for this. I can bring a zoom roll. Yeah, I should probably move my iron hands up to the top corner so I can just instantly click it. But I'll need to go work on that eventually. But yeah, today's been going pretty well. Got some raids today. Not Not sure how much longer we're going to be left on the stream, though, because dinner is coming closer. Boy. We'll probably be live for like another, 15 minutes at least. Probably. Oh, nice. Good to see you be able to raid in a bit. Good. We should be able to do it. No. Yeah, Azumarill is just so good. I should probably build my shiny Azumarill for this. I should probably build my shiny Azumarill, but I'm just, too lazy. I'm just too lazy. Yeah, I think I know we're gonna go raid after this. And when the stream ends. Yeah, I think that we're probably... Yo, we'll probably get this one, and then we'll try again on... Yeah. Yeah, we'll probably only do 3 more raids. We'll do this one, we'll try the Amoonguss again, and then depending on time, we'll try and find another one. Nice, that's good. Yeah, that's good. The typing is the problem, but now that the typings are changed, we should have a very easy time. Giving him purple and... Yeah, I'd recommend Flamethrower as a move would be best. Yeah, Flamethrower I think would probably be the best pick for it. Like, Lava Plume is an okay move, but it's generally better to have something like a Flamethrower. Okay, unfortunately, changed in plans. There's been some problems with the car, so this is gonna be like the end of the thing. We have to go after this. We're gonna have to go after this now, because there's some car troubles, and I have to go do some of the car first. All right. So when we do this, really sorry about that, but yeah, I have to do now. No, not right now, yeah. Come on. Come on. Yeah, it's worst timing. It was the absolute worst timing. Come on. Yeah. Freaking body slam. Freaking body slam. Of course I was gonna try and tear the thing. Oh, Greedent, you're annoying. Greedent, you're just absolutely annoying.